Hello and welcome to the Summer Blockbuster Movie Review. My name is Harry, aka the Mind of Cube, and as always, I have my gracious host with me, Richard Optimus 124 Brown. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing pretty well, man. Doing pretty well. I can't complain at all.
Good to hear, good to hear, good to hear. And today's episode, we are reviewing The November Man, starring Pierce Brosnan, the chick from a James Bond movie, and other people we've seen in movies before, but we really don't know who they are. I thought that would be a little bit funny to add.
Yeah, I totally forgot that she was actually in a James Bond movie before. I really forgot about that.
So, Richard, as always, please, sir, start us off.
Uh, yeah. Nah. It was all right, and that's at best. I'm not really crazy about it because to me, I guess the plot of the movie didn't really get involved. The movie seemed like it was supposed to be about, at least from the trailers, it looked like it was supposed to be master versus apprentice, but I really didn't get that kind of tension from the characters. Pierce Brosnan, I mean, he was kind of, no, his treatment of James Bond has always been kind of mean. And in this movie, it's like they edged him up a couple of points. It's like, well, how do you play James Bond but worse in the sense of being like just more badass? It definitely seems like this kind of like that expendable old guy comes in and shows the new guy the ropes kind of thing. They did have that. There were some plays with that a little bit, but overall with the movie, I mean, to be honest with you, I felt it was kind of forgettable. Like it's honestly one of those movies that comes out in that period of time where it's like, oh well, we're just going to do this because we greenlit it, so we're not going to have to put up a whole bunch of money up for advertising, so we're just going to make it happen. And that's kind of how I felt about this movie. And I know we're probably going to go into the spoiler part of it, but I would have to say the biggest surprise of the movie was literally the very, very, very end of the movie. And that was pretty much the only like redeeming thing that I remember about it. I mean, all the characters, I mean, they kind of just were kind of there. I know they tried to do a little plot twisting in there a little bit, but to me, I really didn't get all that much from it. It just seemed like it was like a run-of-the-mill, like it wanted to be a James Bond movie with two people, but it wasn't. Even the apprentice side of things, it just kind of like he was just there. It really didn't develop him at all. I don't know. I didn't really care for it. I can't say it's like a bad movie. It's just like if you see it, I'll forget about it next week that I even went and see it. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Sorry to make it seem like it was totally lackluster, but that's just how I feel.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat with you, buddy. I thought the way this movie started off was super, super cliche
Yep.
with the whole prequel to them before the movie actually starts off with him taking the shot and actually doing something with that shot when he didn't listen to him. I thought that was just 100% cliche. And then as the movie progressed, I thought it had its high point
Right.
maybe towards the very, very, very end of the movie. It had its high point, like you said, with maybe about, I don't know, about 10 minutes left in the film, maybe 15 at most
Right.
left in the film. It had its actual high point. Other than that, I thought the movie, it didn't drag because there was enough action in the middle to keep you sort of entertained. But to say this movie is well worth it, no, it's not. It's not. How should I say? Like Lucy or Hercules bad. It's not like that. It's actually a pretty
I'll
well
be honest with you,
produced.
I like Hercules better than this movie, to be honest with you. Shockingly. It's just it's not as bad. No, it's not Lucy bad. That's for sure. That is 100%. I agree with you there.
Yeah, it's going to take a tremendous fail to have something Lucy bad ever come up again.
Right, right.
Yeah, because this movie it just seems as though it makes you kind of want to go back and read the book. There is no spy. Because
Yeah.
I felt as though that they left a whole bunch of stuff out because the
Mhm.
dynamic between, like you said, apprentice and teacher was was left out.
Yeah.
Was left out completely because you understood that Pierce Brosnan was trading this guy, and then all of a sudden he just becomes this ultimate badass super spy sniper guy who's now sent out to really hunt down the November Man. And it seems as though there was something really missing in the character
Hmm.
development of this guy. It just seems that it just automatically just happened, that he was just there and was already
Right.
ready to be a BA. And another thing that I would really like to go back and read the book that was really missing was the Russian spy that Russian assassin that they
Yeah.
introduced into this movie. Like, she played little to no part in the movie. It's like, hi, she's here. You show up for a little while, then she's off screen, and I'm thinking, okay, when is this Russian assassin going to come back into the picture? Like, she really can't be that lame. And then
Right.
she shows back up, does something awesome again, then she goes away, and I'm just like, well, no, I really want a conflict or a battle or action sequence between Pierce Brosnan or The Apprentice and this chick, and
Right.
that never comes on screen. And I was just thinking that, yeah, because you can only put so much into a movie. I really didn't check the runtime on this one. It didn't seem
It's an
terribly
hour
too
48.
long.
It's an
It's
hour
what?
48. It's an hour 48.
Hour 48 minutes, so almost
Yeah.
2 hours, and
Yeah.
you kind of think with that type of time, you could have put in a little bit of.
Yeah, it's like the pieces were just missing. That's what it really felt like. To me, I felt like like you said about reading the book, I almost felt like, the first Hunger Games movie we talked about earlier, like I felt like there were just pieces left out for the sake of making it a shorter runtime. If you're going to make it a longer runtime, put stuff in it that makes it worth it. And this movie, like they took it out, but the dynamic of how the movie was supposed to be played out just seemed like it was missing.
So, buddy, let's go ahead and get into the spoiler part of this movie, and I'll let you go first this time.
Let's see here. Ain't nothing real to spoil. I mean, let me see my notes because I found it weird how like the entire time where they're doing that part where you got Fedorov, who's the guy who's running for Russian president, and he's like talking to I guess it's either the council or Congress or whoever he's supposed to be talking to, and there's no subtitles in that entire sequence, and it's like 5 to 7 minutes long. Yeah, I know the girl's doing stuff like Pierce Brosnan's wife character person lady thing. I know she's doing stuff, but it's kind of like it'd be nice to have subtitles up there so you just don't hear to see this dude talking on screen. Because every other place in the movie they got subtitles, why not here? Because it's actually somewhat important to show what his goal is as Russian president. It's just like, all right, cool, but you're not gonna do it. Um, it just, like I said, it just seemed like stuff was missing. I can't really say that there's anything really to spoil. I mean, they had that one little plot twist where I forgot what her fake name was, but Mira, like when they actually said who she really was, that was kind of a little twist that I didn't totally expect, but I kind of, it's like, it didn't surprise me. And that was just really it. I tell you, oh, you know what? Here's the thing to spoil. Why he's called the November Man. Oh, that was so terrible. I was like, ooh. It made me cringe when they said it. Like he dude, Hanny, like when the guy who's eventually you figure out is like the U.S. CIA agent, covert op guy who's like responsible for the Second Chechen War. Pretty much, he says that they call Pierce Brosnan's character the November Man because anytime he runs through, nothing's left behind. And I was kind of like, that is the weakest explanation of why you call somebody the November Man ever. It's like they could have just called him like, it'd been better to call him the Winter Soldier. I mean, instead of calling him the November Man, it's like nobody looks at November like that. I think about a holiday when I think about November, not like winter. It was that I don't know, like that was the one part of the movie that actually made me cringe, like and I just wish they actually called him that in the book, because if they called him that in the book, I'm sure they probably explain it a little bit better. But the way they did it in the movie, it's like you go like roughly an hour and 30 minutes before they even get to why they call him the November Man. And it's like, wow, that's as much exposition as we're going to get on that. Which I mean is adequate, but it's the reasoning isn't even there.
Yeah, and I wanted you to go first because I really had nothing really to spoil in this movie. Yeah. So I'm glad that you had at least something to go with. You mentioned the one thing that I found out about this movie. early on when they introduced Alexis and Maricroft, whatever the little girl's name was that she changed to Alexis. I figured it out from Jump Street. I was like, oh, okay, that's really her. She changed her name. I knew that from the beginning.
Wow.
I'm glad to say that I've watched enough movies now that I'm looking for little things like that in plot twists and turns and whatnot. But this movie here really doesn't have anything much to spoil. I can tell you that a little kid dies in the beginning of the movie. And then...
Not this funny, but it's like there really is nothing to talk about. It's just kind of like it's there.
Yeah. It's when the little kid dies. You kind of, what I didn't see is that he shot the little kid in the beginning of the movie, and then he goes to save a little girl at the end of the movie. I was thinking, oh, okay, that's pretty neat. Didn't see that coming. Woohoo! It's just that this movie really didn't have what I'm going to call it oomph. It really didn't have any oomph to go with it. What I would say about this movie is it's not terrible. It's not enjoyable. It's one of these movies that you're scrolling through Netflix. Netflix suggests this to you. You watch it, and you get surprised that it's really not that terrible. That's basically how I felt about this movie. Like, it could have been really awful, but it's not. But it's not really good either. It's something that you say, hey, if you're looking for a good movie to watch, check out The November Man. It costs you nothing but what you're already paying. You don't want to go to Redbox and drop the extra dollar on it. That's how I felt about that.
That is perfect. That is honestly perfect. Yeah, there you go.
And me, luckily, this was a free movie ticket for me, so I only spent one movie purchase price instead of the normal two. And then I had a free popcorn and drink, so I came out like $6.75 for this movie. So I wasn't. Was it worth? Yeah, was it worth the $6.75? Most definitely. Most definitely. I'm going to go right into the ratings because this is like 22 Jump Street review. Yeah. We really don't have much to talk about, except for the next movie that we're going to go see. We'll get into that later. But with this movie here, I don't want to give it. See, I want to say a B rating, but usually B rating movies, I'm telling you want to go see this. I'm sorry, B rating movies. I'm usually telling you that you want to go see these movies in theaters. But this movie, honestly, there's no need to see this on the big screen. Yes, there are cool action sequence. There's some sound issues that you might not be equipped at home to handle. But trust me, with even your regular TV speakers, this movie would still sound great at home, watching at your own leisure. So I'm going to give this a C+ rating because it's not Lucy bad. And it's not Captain America good. It's not any of the B movies that we gave out there. Must go see. So it's a C-rated movie. Catch it on Netflix 28 days after DVD release. Richard?
I'm going to be the hard guy on this one because for me, like you said, it's like if you were watching you just had one of the like Max recommended you to go watch this movie. This is kind of where I would put it. So for me, I don't even. It's kind of like I want plus to be honest with you is where it kind of just sits with me. It's like it had elements where it could have really been something very good. It's just that I think that the book it probably would have explained it a lot better. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go put it on hold at the library and actually go read this actual book. I think the book concept would be interesting. But the actual movie itself, the way it's executed, it seemed like there were way too many things left out for just gets by. So for me, I think it's a D+ is where I'm going to put that.
You said a C+, sir?
I'm gonna say D+, man.
D+, wow.
Wow. I'm gonna be the bad guy today, man. That's where I would put it at today. So.
Very harsh, very harsh, very harsh. So, movies that we have coming up that I'm actually kind of excited to go see. Well, first one coming up is going to be The Maze Runner. So we decided we were going to go see The Maze Runner.
When does that come out?
That's September 19th.
Okay.
So we're going to take 2 weeks hiatus here in September. There's really nothing to come out. And then the third Sunday in September, we have the Maze Runner review. And then after that, what I'm really excited about is The Equalizer.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's gonna be good. That's gonna disappoint me if it's not.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really excited about the Equalizer movie. Like I said earlier, Denzel makes two types of movies: ones that you really love and ones that you really hate. He really doesn't have that middle type movie.
I would agree.
Yeah, it's always the good, and I'm sorry, the great and the bad. It's no middle. Really excited about that. I'm actually going as far as I'm trying to find the TV series that this movie is based off. I even heard that there is an original Equalizer movie out there that I need to
Really?
check out. Yeah. Old like 60s, 70s type movie to check out. So I'm really looking forward to finding those films and checking them out beforehand. With the Maze Runner, really not digging into the book that much because honestly, I'm I'm kind of at the point with movies made into books that my imagination is much greater than any director can put on film.
I would agree.
So unless somebody says that, hey, you must read this book, then I'm not going to read any adaptations that are getting ready to be made into film anymore. I will still continue to read for leisure, just not to see, ooh, they're about to make this into a movie. Let me go ahead and read that book. So I'm stopping that right there. Hunger Games will be the last one that I actually will read, and then hopefully the movies will be good. Richard, any movies you're looking forward to seeing?
It'll probably be the Maze Runner. Just looks intriguing. I'm not like, oh my goodness, I must go see this. But the Maze Runner looks like it's really, really intriguing. I still haven't seen Sin City nor Sin City 2 yet, so I do need to look into that. And funny that you mentioned about the free movie ticket, because I'm glad I did not throw away all the little coupon things when I used the kiosk, because it actually has that I got a free movie ticket, so I might actually check it out.
You know, speaking of Sin City, I was out on vacation last week, and I didn't get a chance. No, I haven't seen it either. I haven't seen it. I've seen the original. So I don't know. It's Labor Day tomorrow in between massive amounts
I'm
of
not seeing it
drinking.
tomorrow. That's not going to happen.
Oh, yeah. So you're like me. It's just going to be massive amounts of drinking and probably barbecuing.
Yeah, if food or something's going to be involved, so, or my girlfriend and I will be going out, so one or the other.
Yeah, so I don't know. I pretty much got a easy work week coming up. Maybe I can cut out and go catch a matinee during a work week like a corporate professional should be doing.
Or what you can do is you can buy Captain America and a Soldier on Blu-ray in another week. 2 weeks. Yeah.
You know what? I'm actually very excited about that. They actually started to set pre-sales. But here's my dilemma. So here comes my inner nerd rant. And yes, people out there watching, we are stretching this review to make it 30 minutes. So bear with us. So yeah. So there's three major retailers that I usually shop at: Target, Best Buy, and Amazon. I refuse to go to Walmart unless it's 100% necessary, because I think Walmart is the evil corporation, but that's a different show.
The only time I've ever bought a Blu-ray release from Walmart is when Revenge of the Fallen came out, and Walmart was the only company that actually had the IMAX release version of it. So you had the full aspect ratio during the forest battle. It was the only time. Every other time from somewhere else.
Okay, so me and you really think alike, 'cause that's the only other movie I've ever bought out of Walmart as well, was that Revenge of the Fallen, just for that IMAX ratio. But Best Buy has the Steelbook without the extra features available. Target has the movie in its regular cover, but it has some exclusive Target-only footage. And then there is Amazon that is doing the same thing that Target is doing with the extra footage, and then it has its own special Amazon-only footage in it. So I'm really torn. I kind of like that Steelbook cover. Looks really nice.
Dude, have you seen? I'll let you finish on this one, and I'll go to another one after that.
So the Steelbook cover looks really nice, but if I buy the Steelbook, I'm missing out on all the reasons of why you buy a movie now. It's for that extra
terrible.
exclusive. Yeah, it's terrible. Like, they got the best cover with the least amount of content. And then I know if I go to Target, I get the exclusive Target only stuff and some of the bonus features as well. But I'm missing out on some little niche stuff that the
Right.
Amazon is going to have. So it's in between Target and Amazon. I know if I pre-order on Amazon, I can get it day of. I know if I go to Target, they might still have that available for me, but if I order online, I have to pay for the shipping, and then I have to wait for it to come from Target. So I really have a conundrum or a enigma that I have to figure out. I definitely won't be going to Best Buy. So Best Buy, anybody who works at Best Buy, corporate office, headquarters, whatever, stop doing these beautiful steel packages without any other reason to buy it but for a steel case. That's my little Captain America rant.
I'm about to send you a link, man, because they did and it's funny you said that, because I was wondering about what they were going to do for Age of Extinction. Age of Extinction, pretty much, it's like all the retailers have their own little thing, just like you said, for everybody else. But Best Buy Steelbook cover by far kills everything else. It makes you just want to buy it just for that one reason, but you lose out on everything else.
Well, yeah, hold on. Keep talking because I'm looking at this real quick.
Yeah,
oh, my gosh. What, the Dinobot?
No, that's Optimus on that. Oh, you talking about that? I forgot whose that is. Is that Amazon? Yeah.
Dude, I might just buy that for the... Oh, that Best Buy case is pretty hard.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, why they have to do that? But see, you kind of just killed my dream, because I was wondering what they were going to be the special features with it. And since I'm kind of like, I can't buy it. I just cannot do it.
Like, the Walmart one is pretty cool as well. But that Best Buy, I would have to say that one, like, Toys R Us is just terrible.
Yeah.
Walmart's, yeah, that's awful. But that Amazon one and that Best Buy, just that case itself is hard. Mm-hmm. And then, what's this one down here with the Optimus Prime? Target? Yeah, that Target one.
Yeah. I'm not sure who's got the drawstring bag, but that Best Buy, like, if I find out that they're doing the digital copy with it, then I don't care. But yeah, losing all the special features, man, that hurt. Yeah, that really hurt.
Yeah, it does hurt. So I'll on the YouTube channel only. So remember that YouTube channel only, which is HE3Man. Well, what is it called? Yahoo.com/HE3Man. So on the YouTube channel only, I'll include a link. So it won't be down here underneath my name, but it will be on the YouTube channel. It will have the link that Richard and I are looking at. And I will say that Target, Best Buy, and shoot, I forgot the top one. Look pretty fierce. That Toys R Us one with the blocks, that's crap. That's I'm too old for that. Yeah. I'm too old for that. So I feel because you know I bought the super ticket for the Transformers movie. So
which one? You got Revenge of the Fallen, didn't you?
Yeah. So I already have Revenge of the Fallen. Woo! And Age of Extinction, which I might check after I get off of this to see if I can watch that movie again. Well, fast forward to the good parts and watch the movie again.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, there you go.
So, it's hard decisions. You know, when you get that expendable income.
Yeah. you gotta figure out where you're gonna put it, because right now I want that Best Buy cover, but if it has nothing else with it, it's kind of useless.
Yeah, I would have to agree. The Best Buy cover just has just the movie. At least throw in the 3D one. I mean, even though I'm never gonna watch it, you know, it's gonna be very, very, very hard to cop that. So we really have nothing else to talk about, folks. The November Man is very, very forgettable as a movie. We'll forget about ever watching this, just like Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I will say, if you are a 4K television owner and you're looking for a fairly inexpensive 4K movie that was shot in native 4K, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, the Blu-ray release, there is a version of it that is in 4K for you. So it's basically, Yeah, it's basically a disc with no special features on it that has the movie in 4K, so you can actually use your TV for the first time ever. Yeah. I mean, there's other 4K movies you can get. Like, I actually had the Ghostbuster 4K in hand,
Really?
saying, "Ooh, yeah, let me buy this movie, Ghostbusters." But they want, I think it was like 25 or 29.99 for it, and then it's up converted into 4K because it really wasn't shot in
Of
4K, as
course
we
not.
know.
Not 30 years ago.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out why am I spending this much money on, common sense. The angels popped up on my shoulder, and common sense won that purchase. So stay tuned. It's supposed to happen here in third quarter when we start getting 4K streaming from Netflix, which is tomorrow. So
Oh wow.
we'll see. Actually, no, the end of third quarter is September, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Technically,
So
yes, that's right.
I mean, they have September left to do it on their promise, or they can just push it back. Be very interesting because hopefully, we know Fox won't do it, but hopefully CBS will start to broadcast maybe some football games in 4K. I really I need to justify this thing I have mounted on my wall. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. So stay tuned for that. Also, I want to give a shout out to Charlie Maverick Smith. Please check out his tech podcast. It is pretty cool podcast to check out. Instead of you searching the internet for all different things about the tech world, he breaks it down for you in a very nice way. Also, I would like to give a shout out to my friend Steve Wells for challenging me to the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. And Richard,
I got your challenge, dude. Don't worry. I got you.
if you haven't seen the video, you can also check that video out on my YouTube channel, which again is youtube.com/he3man. For the photos down there, I'm about to change that link out because I do have photos, but I've been shooting a lot of private events that people don't want shared, and I have them blocked off. And then, one person was like, well, you're advertising the same link that you sent me for my photos. And I'm just like, well, the way it's set up is that you can view your photos, but nobody else can view your photos. So to help promote myself as a business, I'm probably going to change that down there to my YouTube channel.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, it makes sense. You don't want to stop, residual income or disposable income coming into your pockets.
Gotcha.
So, Richard, tell the people how they can find you.
gplus.tv/optimus124, and I'm back on Facebook because, and I'm glad you gave me a minute to do this because I'm actually going to be running the 2014 breast cancer walk for life in South Carolina. So I'll be doing that in October 18th. So of course, on my Google Plus page or Facebook page and all that, I do have links set up. So if you would like to make a donation, or if anyone who happens to be in Columbia, South Carolina wants to join my team and register, you can also do that through that link there as well. And I'll send that to you, so you can also put that in the comment section or whatever at the bottom of the video.
Yeah, good job. So, yeah, always. I'm a big supporter of any type of foundations, especially for breast cancer. Breast cancer on my mother's side has struck down 2 family members of mine.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, also on October 18th, I will be in Charleston, South Carolina, running the Susan G. Komen breast cancer run walk. So, yeah, definitely send that link to me, and I'll get that on the page for YouTube and for the channel page as well.
I appreciate that.
No problem, sir. To find me, as always, you can find me on now Facebook again. Yes, haven't been on Facebook since probably 07 as much as I've been on in these past few days. You can also catch me on Twitter talking mad junk because it is football season. Go Gamecocks, even though we got destroyed against Texas A&M. Oh, yes, Clemson lost. Yes, I can go to work on Tuesday, held my head up high because guess what? Y'all got your ass whooped too. Yes, there are several Clemson graduates in Georgia because there's nothing to do in Clemson until they just move to Atlanta.
Oh,
yes.
That's up, man.
Yes. So cover Facebook, cover Twitter. Flickr's going away, even though I will still post Flickr photos on there. I just won't advertise it like I've been doing it. Also, catch me on Google Plus, The Mind of Cube. Catch me on Google Plus, Harry Zell III. Catch me on September 22nd,
Okay.
21st, for Sunday's episode of The Maze Runner. And then, interesting news that we're going to announce, since September does mark the end of summer, we are now putting to rest season 1 of the summer Blockbuster movie review. I've had a blast doing these. I hope you enjoyed watching it. And after we do the Equalizer, we will announce the new show title. Spoiler alert, it's probably going to be called The Mind of Q Movie Review or some type of movie review.
Okay.
Yeah, so get ready for the new name. We will be back next summer for Summer Blockbuster Movie Review Season 2. I want to tell you again, thank you for watching. As I peek up in the corner, I see I have viewers but no questions. So thank you for watching, but we want your questions. We really want your questions. So
we really didn't have any answers because there wasn't nothing on the movie.
Yeah, there really wasn't nothing to talk about, but it would have been nice to get your questions.
Yeah.
As always, people, thank you for watching and catch you next week. Peace.